All right, gentlemen, we are live, live in effect, man.
Uh,
Man, the room is going. Wait for a couple people to enter in. Wait for a couple. Bro, Mahar, bro, we need to jump. We need to get back into Daniel, man. Get back to what we know.
man, I've been getting pretty pretty through there in Jeremiah. It's been pretty good.
I feel that. You should continue that. You
I
should
know,
continue
right?
that. Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't want
I
to kill
that's what
that.
I eat for that's what I've been eating for breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to kill that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You keep doing what you're doing.
The breakfast grind, man. All right, I gotta run into this pharmacy.
You good, I, you good. You know, so what you been dabbling on?
Proverbs.
Yeah, that's good too. That's good too. Not gonna lie, that's good too. Can't be mad at that.
The Proverbs of King Solomon.
He did this proverb. Oh, that's funny. But I was thinking about that kind of accent earlier. If I could talk like that, would I? That'd be funny, man. The white man destroyed the earth. Bro, you know what I'm saying? That accent pretty raw.
Hey, that shit got some authority, don't it?
It got some mic to it.
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna wait for my heart to get back in there. We can jump off in this thing. Derek Kaya been here. Yehuda. Shalom.
And
Shalom, brother. Shalom from the 12th throne, brother. It's gonna be a good video. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, the three people in here. Y'all gonna vote? I know I'll be voting. Israelites be acting like they don't be voting. I know brothers be voting, man. I ain't voting
brothers,
though.
when you come out the election,
Yeah,
you got brothers kind of get down with Kamala Harris, man.
yeah,
We know, man.
yeah. They kind of saying, well, brother, I heard she was a Benjamite, brother. Me personally, I heard she's an Edomite.
You see that?
What do? You have an Edomite woman rule over you, or an Edomite man? Those are your options. Bro, uh, bro, Kamala, I'm pretty sure everybody done seen that video where she said she's not gonna do anything specifically for black people. That's just gonna help them out alone. But Mr. Nathaniel went into it not too long ago about how she definitely was doing stuff specifically for the Jewish people. She was
Uh-oh.
definitely doing stuff specifically for Jewish people, and that's the crazy part. Shalom, brother Schwab. Schwab said I know that nigga in the UK, but he said if he was Kamala, man,
Not good, brother.
not good, brother. I don't know what the hell I'm talking.
Y'all hear me?
Uh,
I can't hear Aharon. Can you hear him?
I don't think he's saying nothing because I could hear him good just a second ago.
Okay. What's the
Hey, Shalom,
deal?
Swag.
Shalom, King. Berakaya. Shalom. Berakaya. What's happening, man? I ain't seen you in here in a minute. In a minute.
Was he on the last live? Or he wasn't?
He might have been. He might have been, but I wasn't looking at the comments like that. And I haven't. I ain't been going live like that either. Berakaya, you should.
Oh yeah, you wasn't even
got,
on the last live.
Yeah, I wasn't on the last live, and I ain't been going live like that. But hey, Berakaya, you should add me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram, bro. And we can chop it up. I might throw you in this group chat with some of the brothers. Man. Brothers be getting some good meditation in. You know what I'm saying? It's a good chat to be in.
My bad. Can brothers hear me now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. My bad. I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling something was going on. Okay, so man, we're gonna go into some good old wisdom. Some good old wisdom. Can't go wrong with that, man. Eat that for, you know what I'm saying, your breakfast. I don't know where brothers is located, but where we at is it's going on 11 a.m. All the brothers at work. We got the opportunity to talk about the Most High and do the work. So this is usually what our conversations consist of through the Spirit normally. So since we got the opportunity to go live and have a conversation, you know what I'm saying, we'll kind of have a conversation amongst ourselves and kind of do a little bit more teaching, building up the brothers through the spirits, building the brothers up through the spirit who need that sincere milk of the word. And if brothers just need that reminder, just something to eat on throughout the day, just that good daily meditation, you know, you got your brothers. You got your brothers right here. So this is the perfect place to be in. Aharon, I am going to let you kick it off because I just pulled up to the stop. After this, I have a little bit of a window to, you know, to get in there a little bit more right after this stop though. So I'm gonna be back. It only take me like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, you good.
Hey, I am gonna be driving through a bad area here, but anyway, saying no bitch. But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna rock out. Hey, I think it's the perfect thing said. He said if people need the sincere milk of the word, and also sometimes you just need to be put in remembrance. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's very important to keep something in remembrance. Like even throughout the entire text of the Bible, a lot of times things are repeated, like keep the commandments, so on and so forth. Like because you got to be put in remembrance of these things, or you're gonna forget. It's that simple. So it's important to harp on the same thing. It's important, man. And don't look at it as boring.
So with that, we'll open up, giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God Yahweh, by Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua. Title of the lesson is Sirach 4. If you don't know where Sirach is, it is in the Apocrypha. It is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. Right? If anybody can't hear us clearly, type it in and let us know. But I'm going to start at 4 and verse 1. It says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and not the needy eyes to wait long. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. So this is going back to the law. This is going back to the law, right? No matter what you think, this is going back to the law. Why is that? Because it's going back into what? Love your neighbor. Even in the law, if you had land, you're not supposed to clear everything. Say you got fruit growing. You're not supposed to go through and clear everything. You drop something, you go back, and you're trying to get every bit of it. Nah, man, the law says leave some for the poor. Leave some for the needy. That's love. Somebody walking through your land and they see the fruit there. You're supposed to allow them to eat of that. So what this is saying is in Sirach, I'm gonna start top again. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes wait too long. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. You don't want to make a poor man even worse off than what he is. He's already in a stressful spot. What is it to you to help out? Now, is this saying I got to throw a balance on there and I got to throw some understanding on there? Is this saying, you know, is this saying go there and give money? No, that's not wisdom. That's not loving your neighbor. Why? Give him money. What is he going to do with it? He's going to go spend it on drugs. Anytime somebody asks me for money, I ask why. I have that right. I have that right to know why. I think you don't get to just ask me for money and I just be like, oh, okay. No, I have the right to say, okay, why? And then they may give me their explanation. Food. Okay, here you go. Some people tell you right outright, I need it for some cigarettes. One guy told me he needed for some cigarettes. I started putting my wallet back in my pocket. I said, I don't have money for cigarettes. You have a good one, bro. I don't got money for cigarettes. You trying to use my money just to smoke it up and not gain any food, not gain any substance? I don't got money for that.
That's madness.
That's madness, bro.
That's madness. And one example I always like to use, Salakia. One example I always like to use is brothers not being prudent with their money. They spend it all up. You know, some brothers got problems with gambling. You gamble all your money up, and then you come to the brothers, or you asking your mom and asking your dad for to loan you some money. No, that's not the spirit. That's not the spirit I move in. You don't get to go gamble your money. You don't get to go trick your money off and then come ask me for money. You should have took care of your responsibilities. That's what we have to do. We have to mature. We have to be wise. The scriptures teach us how to be diligent in your affairs as far as how you're using your money. You know what I'm saying? But back on the poor topic, you're not supposed to be you're not supposed to minister to someone to help them go hurt themselves. You don't give somebody money to go buy to go buy cigarettes, to go buy damn meth. You don't give nobody money for that. That's not the spirit of the Most High.
Small.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I'm going through a bad area, so I'm gonna try to say this right quick.
Okay.
Small tool and technique you can use to avoid shit like that, excuse my language, is if somebody asks you for and you come to the bottom of it, you can just basically either help them out with some food, as in buying the food directly to where they can't go. Instead of giving them money, just buy them some food or buy them something to drink. Just help them in a way to where they can't hurt themselves. Like if you get them some cash, they might go buy some drugs, whatever the case may be. But if you give them some food, Lord willing, they just eat it and they just, you can help them out that way. So a good way to avoid that is to just, cut out the middleman and just buy them some food directly or something like that.
Exactly. Where do we get this understanding from? We get it from the law. And we'll put Aharon went into it as brotherly love, but we'll put a precept on it that help us gain this understanding and this insight with how to help somebody. This is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, and really you can start at verse 1, but for the sake of the point, I'm gonna get to at verse 5. It says, "Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him." So when you read it from the top, you get the understanding that you got to know who you're doing good to. You got to know who you're helping. Sometimes you can try and help someone and they'll overmaster you. They'll take advantage of you. They'll switch things up. They'll pretend that they ain't got no money, or they can actually not have money, and they can ask you for money and tell you, "Hey, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna give me some food." Whole time, he finna go use it for some pills. You know what I'm saying? For some hardcore drugs, for some opioids. He trying to go smoke. Ira said he might be trying to go buy a pack of cigarettes. He trying to go buy another what them brothers be drinking? The beers. He's trying to go buy another beer. So you got to know who you're doing well to, because you can get in trouble by God for helping him and him going to go hurt himself or helping somebody else go hurt themselves. You can be responsible for that. You can be held responsible for that. It says, "Lest he overmaster thee thereby, for as thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him." So you can have the intentions to help someone, but if you helping him and you helping him go do something bad, you can get in trouble for that. That's why it's so important to attain wisdom, to use wisdom, to use wisdom. There's a difference between getting wisdom and having wisdom and using wisdom. You got to constantly have your wisdom on. You got to constantly have it on. All right, but I yield with that. Where we at?
John, I got a quick precept. This is
All right.
Leviticus 19 and 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but thou shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord. So the people that are blind are the people that are walking in destitute of wisdom. You don't put a stumbling block in front of somebody that way, right? You don't help them fall even more. Why would you do that? So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of the stuff that Sirach is talking about, or Joshua is talking about, is coming straight from the law, right? But I'm gonna keep reading in this Sirach 4. Sirach 4 and 3. Add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. You don't add vexation to a heart that's already vexed. You don't add distress to him. And he down, you just kind of kick him while he down. You just kind of kick him more while he down. That's not what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
Hey, sometimes brothers be having a weird spirit on them where they want to get at you while you down. We had this spirit, and we do it all the time. It's kind of like a spirit in our communities. Not really the Israelite community, but more so just the Jake culture, the nigga culture. And a brother might not have money.
You cut out on my end. Malachi, did he cut up on your end?
Okay, I just repeat it. You'll have a brother calling the misfortunate brother a broke ass nigga. That's adding more vexation to a troubled spirit. You kind of telling the poor brother, "Yeah, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna get you something to eat, or I'm gonna give you a few dollars." And then when you come out of the store, you kind of go out the store the other way. You dodge him, or you tell him get his broke ass on. You can't be talking to the poor like that. And to be honest, that first line to verse 3, It says, and add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed. That script, that line right there is so powerful. It's not just, we seen all kind of situations where you can add more vexation to a brother, and it's not needed for the situation. It's not needed. So be mindful of that. A brother might be going through something. You don't come put more stuff on them if it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? You got to use wisdom. But right now, in context, it's talking about the brother who is poor, who is needy. You know what I'm saying? You don't come tell a poor bum, someone who's needy, someone who doesn't have food, or someone who dead ass is in desperate need of something, and you rubbing it in his face. That's insane. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You looking at the bum, he cold, and you say, man, you probably cold, huh? You want my coat? Nah, I ain't giving your broke ass my coat. That's some crazy, crazy, crazy work. And the Most High God, he got special punishments for brothers with that kind of spirit. That's not the spirit of the Most High. That's not the spirit of the Most High. Salakia, that's on you.
I also see it like this. Some brothers, some brothers may be down and they get in a situation and they down. And then you got another brother right there ready to pass him the blunt. Like, hey man, here, this gonna ease your troubles. No, you're putting him in an even worse position now. He's not meditating on how to get out of this position. Like I had a friend, man. I had a friend who kept going to jail, kept going to jail, kept going to jail. And I had another friend that was friends with him as well. I said, bro, if you continue to sit there and be his friend and never tell him where he's wrong at in this situation, bro, you're not a friend. You don't really love him, bro. You need to tell him to actually sit down and stop doing stuff. But my homeboy, he thinking he's being a better friend by just being there with him while he's doing all of this. No, you're adding trouble to that man. You're adding more to him. This is the reason why we have things called reproof and correction. You just sitting there smoking all day and say, man, the cops was tripping. No, bro, you broke into somebody's house. You shot at somebody. The cops weren't tripping, bro. You were tripping. Stop sugarcoating everything. We always like to sugarcoat everything. Shalom, Mama Nah. But we always like to sugarcoat everything and blame everybody else. No, man, just be easy. But on the back end, it says, and defer not to give him that is in need. So you don't want to defer to give to the brother that's in need, right? I know it's hard to call this day and age because it seems like everybody poor, everybody homeless, right? You got those homeless men out there who are only homeless for the occasion. What do I mean by that? They sit out there and they ask and beg for money. Meanwhile, they go hop in their truck and head home. It's like, damn, what was that? So you honestly want to use wisdom in this day and age. Like Malachi said, brother asking for money, shit, nah, I get you some food. If he start tripping off of why he don't want food and want money, you're better off not giving him money. Like, nah, you're bugging, right? But I'm gonna keep reading verse 4. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from the poor man. You don't turn away your face from the poor man. Christ even gave a parable over this. He said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was naked, you clothed me. And then the righteous men and women was like, wherein have we fed thee or clothed thee? Christ said, as ye have done it unto the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. You did it for the least of my people, which means you've done it unto me. But the other people, they didn't feed Christ. They didn't clothe him. They didn't give him drink. And they were cast off. They were considered the wicked, right? So you want to take care of the needy and the poor. Always think of it like this. Think of it like this. You want to be forgiven by your brethren, by the people that surround you? Cool. Give them forgiveness. You want to be forgiven by the Most High? Cool. Give your brother forgiveness. Give your wife forgiveness. You want to be clothed when you ask. When you pray to the Most High God and you ask for, financial stability, you ask for clothes, you ask for everything to be taken care of, and He provides. When somebody comes and asks you, and you are in a state to provide, provide. The Most High God is going to give much more increase. That's the reason why a lot of people don't see increase. It's because we got a slack hand when it comes to giving.
It's logic.
Go
And
ahead.
the scriptures say, can't no good come to him that don't do harm. Roughly paraphrase. I think that's right.
That's a fact. The Most High God is going to continue to take care of you if you take care of other people, if you bless other people. And no, don't be the guy, girl, that, you took care of somebody and now you kind of got to hold that over their head. Well, I mean, shit, bro, I took care of you. Damn, word. I thought you did that out of the kindness of your heart, not out of, tick for tack kind of thing. Well, I kind of looked after you, so you kind of got to look after me. Or I did this for you. Now you got to go around town saying what you did for whoever. Nobody got to know. Go ahead, Malachi.
Hey, for a fact, don't nobody gotta know, and ain't nobody supposed to know. You hear me? That's between you, them, and the Most High. But this the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. If you're doing evil, ain't no good gonna come to you, and if you don't give no alms, ain't no good gonna come to you. And my bad, I'm trying to get it all in while I can. Like what you were speaking about, it say don't use no uncomfortable words when you give us anything. So if you're gonna bless the game with somebody, if you're gonna give somebody something out of the kindness of your heart, then just let it be that. You ain't gotta kind of bring it up. You ain't gotta, Jake could give you a speech like, man, I don't usually do this, bro. Like, you sure you gonna pay me back, bro? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm looking out for you, like, shit, bro. Damn, bro. Don't do none of that shit when you help somebody, man. It's not wise. And you wouldn't want nobody doing that. You're gonna help somebody, help them, and let it be that.
Just let it be that.
So, like, a quick precept.
Go ahead, King.
Sirach 14, verse 6. I'll get straight to the point. Verse 7. It says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he would declare his wickedness. So this goes into brothers who are envious, brothers who are selfish, brothers who are self-centered. Sometimes they'll do good, but they'll do it unwillingly. They won't really do it with a good heart, with a right mind, with a ready spirit. And, you can put a blot. You can put a blemish on your gift or on your blessing. Let's say you're finna go bless somebody. If you're not doing it with the right spirit, you can make it's not going to be as perfect. So be mindful of that, like the brothers say. I yield.
Fine. It don't gotta be a tit for tat thing, man. And, bro, me and Mahar talk about this often. Like, there's been multiple times where Mahar has helped me out. There's been multiple times where I helped him out. But for sure, this is the reason why me and his friendship last so long. It's not that one time I bought you some dinner. Like, if that came out of my mouth or his mouth, it's going to get really weird and it's going to get really shaky really fast. I mean, really fast. Like, what the hell you just say? Because that's not how you handle things. I didn't ask you, or I'm speaking in general, I didn't ask you to help me out for you to now have some sort of power over me. That wasn't what that was. I needed you to bear my burden for a little bit. Be a brother. Be a sister.
Hey.
Go ahead, King.
Hey, a big problem to note in that is people have their expectations and they catty, bro. Like that's an effeminate spirit in my opinion. I'm not gonna say that. I see this a lot of time with women. I did this for her, or women had that kind of mindset. I did this for them out of and they couldn't even, that didn't even pop up in they, like, come on, that's not how our friendship works. That's not a good friend. That's not a good sister. That's a bad quality. That's not how you look at it. That's not what helps promote a healthy friendship, a healthy relationship, when you have all of these expectations and you sitting there, like, you open the door for somebody and they don't say thank you. I'm giving a small gesture like this because I want to emphasize the spirit of it. Aharon, you did it well. Let's say I'll stick with Aharon's example just to keep it simple. Let's say I offer to buy Aharon's food. Let's say we at a smoothies place. I say, hey, I got you. He didn't ask me to do it. I offer to do it. And he say, Khan, you know what I'm saying? Let's say he say the water, everything good. Then next time, me and Aharon are at some restaurant or the smoothie place again, and he don't offer to pay for my food this time, now I'm salty. And I'm kind of expecting it. I'm expecting him to say, hey, King, I got you this time since you had me last time. That's not the spirit of it. You got these expectations and you expecting this brother to come pay for your food. That's not the spirit. Your spirit wasn't right from the very beginning when you paid for his food. You doing it just so you can get something back in return. That's not the right spirit. You're supposed to do that out of the kindness of your heart. And we got to emphasize this point. If you want a strong relationship, you don't go favor for favor and tick for tack. That's a catty spirit. That's a feminine spirit, in my opinion. And you kind of watching them, trying to see if he gonna open the door for you, and you open the door for him last, and that's not the spirit. We don't compare that.
So like,
That's not even realistic. Whenever I'm gonna land this point to this on you, whenever you got a long relationship, that doesn't work. There's been years, there's been months, there's been weeks where I constantly needed help from Aharon. And then on the flip, it's been times where he constantly needed my help. And it wasn't in a year span, it was 50-50. It's not going to be 50-50. Stop looking at it like that. Stop expecting it. That's so small-minded. That's so small-minded. You're not moving in the spirit whenever you're looking at it like that. Right? Go ahead, Malachi.
God, hey, the scripture says, give and expect nothing in return. That's the kind of spirit you should be moving in, man. Kind of selfless type of spirit. And a lot of times when you do try to move in that spirit that Officer Mahar described, like, it's misplaced, because like people, especially people who do that and walk in that kind of spirit, they also a lot of times be lacking communication, from what I noticed. Like me, I'm the type of person that be in my own zone. Whatever you think that I'm thinking about, I'm willing to bet money that that's not what I'm thinking about. That's not where my head is. Like, you really got to communicate certain shit with certain people. Like, you can't just think y'all on the same beat. Like, if you need something, you should ask, because I might not know that you need it. Or, you know what I'm saying? If some people would expect you to just offer, which I kind of get it. Like, if I do notice you in a certain predicament and I'm in a position to help you out, I will help you. But if I don't notice, or if I'm not just privy, like, you kind of got to communicate those kind of things. You can't expect people to just know what you think and what you expect, and it's kind of like, it's nonsense to do that, and also to get upset and emotional about it, because nobody can read your mind, and it's just contrary to wisdom. Like, we out here just trying to show love out of a pure heart and out of a pure conscience. You feel me? That's the type of spirit I'm walking in. And like, anybody who knows, go ahead.
Hey, this is why I keep saying it. I not cut you off mid-sentence to like you. This is why I keep saying this spirit that we touching on is something I predominantly see, more consistently at least, with our women. This spirit plagues our women more. It plagues our women more. We kind of doing things. It plagues our women more, and it plagues marriages more. But if you want healthy relationships in general, take heed to this wisdom. Take heed to it. It's very important. Me and Aharon, we've been best friends since I don't know how long. And we noticed this a long time ago. We don't count favors. So don't be that brother who count favors. Be the brother who do a favor with a good spirit. It's just we don't even think of it like that. That's just not even what's going through our mind. You know what I'm saying? Just to put that in perspective. Malachi, did you want to finish that up, or should we pass it back to Aharon? We
Yeah, I was
only
gonna
like
say
two
you
persons
don't.
in.
Basically, I was just gonna emphasize you. I don't want to be around people who moving in that kind of spirit because it's just gonna cause problems. And I agree. I believe it's effeminate, and it's something that women tend to do. Like a tit for tat. It's kind of weird. Like it's too many. What's the word? Uh, uh, uh Damn, what's the word? It's like things that exist, but they not like easy to see. I don't know, but you gotta communicate verbally a lot of times. Like I said, I can speak for myself because, bro, I be in my own zone, like real hard. What you think I should be thinking, or what you think I should be doing at a certain time, you can't hold me to that expectation, my nigga, because I'm somewhere else with it. Like I'm thinking about Sirach or something. You don't know what I'm thinking about. You got to communicate verbally what you want, what's going on. Like if you need some help, say that. If you feel like this or that, just say that. It's nothing too deep. But then people make situations like that deep and it become a big thing, and it's just
Right,
nonsense, bro.
right.
I'm
And
gonna
he,
knock to a good precept. Go ahead.
go ahead and read that. I guess good.
All right. Acts 20 and 35. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Yahushai, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And so the weak isn't always talking about the poor. It's been times where I've been weak. My heart, hey, it's something me and Mahar got going on, nigga. It's the brotherly covenant. And Malachi don't know it, but he's joined unto this brotherly covenant. Nigga, you gotta support me now, nigga. This is not even a question.
We
Nigga,
in
I
too
need
deep.
help. We in too deep, nigga. I need help. Help
Hey,
me,
hey,
nigga.
brother Aharon, man, he'll sign your ass up for some shit you didn't even know you signed up for.
Come on
I
now,
got
I can.
I got multiple accounts. He didn't pull fast ones on your brother Mahar, man. Fast one. Hey, man. Hey,
I
I
threw
ain't
him a
gonna put you on spot
curveball.
today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna
Nah,
do
you
you in too
good.
bad. You know what I'm saying? That was my pleasure.
He
Oh,
said
my
that.
pleasure, baby. Come on now, baby. But Malachi, lock in, bro. You next.
He said lock in, bro. I threw my nigga Mahar a slime ball one time where I had some slime on that joint. Hit him with a strike, right? It was
Wickedness.
it was hilarious. It was wicked, but it was funny at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. But uh yeah. Support those that are weak. Alms and helping somebody out does not always require money. It does not always require money. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. It does not always require money. Money isn't the answer for everything, right? There's been many a times where I've helped people out that weren't money related. There's many times where people helped me out that wasn't money related. It's not always money. You can help out without, you know, having money. Do acts of service, right? Teaching, helping somebody. Go cook somebody a dinner sometime. You know what I'm saying? It's been times me and Mahara, whenever we used to live close to each other, we would have family dinners. Hey, let's link the households up and eat together. It's community stuff like that that helps save money, right? That's actually bearing the burden. Hey man, I ain't got a lot this week, bro. Cool. Provide the sides. I got the main stuff. That's fine. Cool. Provide drinks, bro. Yeah, I don't even need all that. Just provide the drinks. Hey, we'll get the meals going. That's an act of service. That's an alms right there, right? And that can go a long way. That can go a far way. And in the middle of all this, do not make your brother or sister feel weird, man. It's times where I don't even like asking people for help because people just too weird. It's only a few people I go to for help because everybody else is just super weird about it. And now they got this one up on me, and it's like, bro, I'm cool.
So
I'm
like,
not, nah, I'm not doing that. Go ahead, King.
and you know how I say because of as some have refused to lend because of unjust dealings, nigga.
Yeah.
It's so wicked out here. You don't even want to accept no help. You don't even want to ask for no help. I'm gonna speak for myself. Like when I was in the world, I'm not asking a nigga for Nathan. Nigga, not a damn thing. I'm not accepting no help either, because I'm not. Niggas ain't finna say that. Niggas ain't finna say nah. Niggas ain't finna be around here saying they this and that. When you it's really y'all might think I'm exaggerating, but it's really that bad to where if you let somebody help you or if you ask somebody for help, it can really be brought up and people can really slander your name behind it. And that's kind of that's a normal thing. You hear it all the time. And I
Can I
just
read this precept for you?
yes, sir.
Sirach 29:7. It says, "Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded." It's on you.
So boom, fearing to be defrauded. Now you got another dynamic to where I was afraid to accept help because I was fearing to be spoken evil about. You see what I'm saying? And I could dead ass need some help, but I'm like, nah, I got it. I'm gonna figure something. You know, I would just rather go through. I'd rather go through whatever than just ask niggas for help, honestly. But it wasn't until I came into the truth that I actually learned how to accept help and understood that that was a part of brotherly love. Like before then, that's just something that's just not gonna happen. But
Come.
yeah, man, you don't want to make people feel weird about needing help either, man. It's man, it's a humbling experience to need help, and it's already enough things at play where you don't got to be making niggas feel weird, man.
Yeah.
They probably already feel weird.
Hey, that's a good point. Going over this is definitely beneficial for us brothers who, you know what I'm saying, who've been around for a minute, because it just give you them reminders like this. This is a good reminder for all of the brothers, even the brothers that's teaching it, to be mindful how they helping brothers. Be mindful how they helping brothers. So I appreciate this live and this lesson. It just helped me. It's real good. It's real good. If this is helping me, I know it's helping other brothers and sisters if they trying to move in the spirit, man. But we gotta keep moving on this Sirach, man. We gotta get to some of
I
these
know.
parts, man. I'm excited.
I know. I'm here. I know. I'm here. I'm on it. My bad. That's me. Sirach 4 and 5. Damn, we only on verse 5.
Come on,
Sirach
baby.
4. Sirach 4 and 5. Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him. So that's saying what it's saying. Don't give your brother an occasion to curse thee. And he may curse thee rightfully so. And the Lord will hear his prayer. He will hear his supplication. So always be mindful of that, right? Your prayers ain't the only ones that's getting heard. Verse
Nah.
7. Get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. So this is saying what it's saying. Get the love of the congregation. You want to get the love of the congregation by being the guy that's like, oh yeah, I can go to him if I need help. Or I have this question in the scriptures. I can go to him. Be that guy people can go to. Hey, that's that's him. The beacon of light. Be the damn beacon of light.
Brotherly,
Right?
goddammit.
He said, be brotherly. God damn it. Exactly. You can go to him or her and like, okay, boom, 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 boom. He can handle this situation. Now the brother may not. There's two ways this brother can be. This brother can be like King David, who's a welcoming soul, and it's just like it's warm. Or he can be like Christ, where you kind of nervous, but he got the sauce on him. Like, oh yeah, man, I know for a fact that he got the answer. And Christ wasn't all that pleasant just to be around. I'm sure his spirit was, But then again, the disciples didn't want to ask him questions. He's going to cook us up. Christ said, how long must I be with you? Oh, of little faith. That hurts. That hurted. But he had the love of the congregation, man. Right? Verse 8. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor and give him a friendly answer with meekness. So, don't let it be good. Don't be the guy that's the poor come up to you. Oh, what do you want? What is it now? What? What? Don't be that guy, right? You don't want to be that guy, okay? To where you kind of you're grieved with trying to help your brother out, right?
Brother
That's
kind of
not it.
got that respecter of persons kind of spirit on him.
Yeah,
You want to try your best to be unbiased, whether this man looks poor. It talk about that in the book of James. You know what I'm saying? James spoke on this. One brother come up and he in bad apparel, poor apparel, and he said, sit over here at my feet and you can be my footstool. Then the other brother pulled up with nice clothes. He had the pinky ring on, you know what I'm saying, the silk, the linen, and he said, come over here to this high place. So you gotta not be that kind of brother. You gotta not be that kind of sister. You want to be unbiased. You want to let a man's works and how his behaviors dictate certain things. You know what I'm saying? You don't go off how a brother look. It says judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You can use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just be. You can't be that guy. Don't get wisdom. Learn the Most
Yeah,
High. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta have sound discernment and discretion, or you can get in trouble. I yield.
no, that's a fact. Shalom, Kobe. River Doodle, right? Verse 9. Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment. This is a law. I went over this law the other day. You're not supposed to sit idly by while your brother's blood is being spilled, roughly paraphrasing. You don't want to sit idly by. Same thing, it was the spirit of Moses. Moses saw his brother being oppressed, went over there, handled business, knocked him down. And then Moses became the king. Well, the scriptures say the king in Jeshurun being a word for Israel. The Most High set him up. The Most High set him up. Moses didn't go over there on some, yeah, let me go do this so I can get a name for myself. And I can, you know, Shalom, Unique. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Nice to see you again. Shalom, Unique.
Shalom. Hey, I'm gonna be right back. All right.
Yes, sir. But you don't want to go do certain things just because you think it's going to give you a name. That's when the Most High God is going to actually end up destroying you for such things. Like we read in Maccabees, these men went out and fought against the Grecians because they heard the Maccabees were getting the name. So they said, let us go and make us a name for ourselves as well. They ended up getting themselves killed and hundreds of Israel killed because the Lord didn't choose those men to deliver Israel. He chose the Maccabees. So, Sirach is saying, be not faint hearted when you're sitting in the judgment seat of that. Nah, man, my brother was finna get killed. My brother was in great harm. So I chose to take it upon myself to where he wouldn't be harmed, no matter what it is. It's not happening, right? Verse 10. Be, it says, be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth. So the Most High is always looking after the fatherless children. He's also looking after the widows as well. I say it all the time. The man's spirit is so powerful that when the man is removed out of it, the Most High God puts a spirit in there, puts his spirit in there to where he's going to put their prayers and their supplications on high because they need help. So you as the man, hey, be as a father to the fatherless, man. Some brothers only being a father just to get to the woman. Well, how you doing, sister? Yeah, I love the kids. I love the kids, sister. And he kind of getting down through there and kind of acting like pappy, just, for one thing and one thing only, just to get the skins, and then he out of there. He didn't kind of sold this boy some dreams, some false hopes, and then he out of there. You don't want to be that guy. The Most High God is going to punish you for that, right? So you want to be as a father to the fatherless instead of a husband to the mother. You know what I'm saying? Verse 11. It says, wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seek her. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek her early shall be filled with joy. So where do we see wisdom? We see wisdom ultimately from the Torah, the first 5 books, the law. The scriptures say the fear of the Lord, which the fear of the Lord is code word for the commandments. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's what it is. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You want to have a great wisdom, great understanding, a great foundation, begin with the law. After that, you graduate. And then you can kind of move into these other books. You can kind of get into Psalms. You can kind of get into Proverbs a little bit. You can get into Sirach. You can get into the wisdom of Solomon. You can get into the songs of Solomon. You can get into Job and increase your wisdom that way, right? But it says, he that loveth her findeth life, or loveth life. Wisdom is going to prolong your life. It's going to prolong your days. It says, they that seek her early shall be filled with joy. And that's a fact. I'm going to keep reading verse 13. He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless. So if wisdom is dwelling inside of you, if wisdom is in you, the Lord is going to bless you. We see it in the New Testament where Christ went over a parable where the man's vessel was empty, swept, and garnished, meaning there were no evil spirits in there, and there wasn't no good spirits in there either. This brother was just vain. The Lord's not finna bless no brother like that. Hey, the Holy Spirit not in there, wisdom ain't in there, prudence ain't in there. It's nothing in there. The Lord's not finna bless that brother. What's gonna actually ultimately end up happening is 7 more wicked spirits are gonna come and dwell there. And you're gonna be worse off. I'm gonna be honest with you. A vain man is better than a wicked man. A nigga that's just born in vain, a nigga that's just good for nothing, he's just literally there, like Egypt. The scriptures say what Egypt is supposed to do, their greatest strength is to sit still. That's how the Lord described Egypt. Their greatest strength is to sit still. Nigga, you better off sitting still than being wicked. Right? But even still, ultimately, they both shall perish. Right? But the scripture in Sirach 4:13, it says, wherever wisdom entereth, the Lord is going to bless it. So you want to be searching for wisdom. You want to be dealing with wisdom. You want to be seeking it out, getting understanding, getting more knowledge. You want to seek it out daily, right?
Yep.
Go ahead, King.
Okay. Damn, I'm gonna quote it roughly. I think it's Sirach chapter 1 and verse 21. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and God shall give her unto thee. Roughly paraphrasing.
That's a fact. The scriptures in James, I believe, said, ask God of wisdom, and he gives it liberally. All you got to do is look for it. You just put a little effort into looking for it. I promise you're going to find it, right? Let's keep reading. Verse 14. Sorry, 4 and 14. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her, the Lord doth love. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. So if you give ear unto wisdom, you're gonna judge the nations. We also see this being synonymous with in Revelation, where Christ said, "I shall give them those that overcome. I shall give them a rod of iron to judge the nations, the Gentiles, the goyim." That's the seat you want to be in as a righteous judge of Israel, as a righteous man under Yahweh. That's what you should be searching for. But how do you obtain that? You obtain it through wisdom. You obtain it through understanding. You obtain it through loving your neighbor. You obtain it through mercy, showing mercy in certain judgments. You obtain it by showing no mercy in certain judgments. The scriptures say desire not to be a judge. It's a hard position. A lot of cases you think are really black and white, open and shut. They're really not. Looking to go and understand the scriptures more. Go read a little more and you'll see that it's not as open and shut as you think. This actually requires some wisdom here. This actually requires some understanding here. Those are the
Verse,
men and women who are going to obtain the kingdom. Go ahead, King.
I got one bar, so let me know if I'm scratchy. Am I good?
You good?
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 28 says, "For God loveth none but him that dwelleth in wisdom." This is how you get the Most High God's love. It's by moving in the spirit of wisdom, accumulating wisdom, and utilizing wisdom. You get wisdom and you use wisdom. The Most High God loves that. He loves brothers and sisters who use wisdom. So use wisdom. Use it. I told Aharon I couldn't wait to talk about this because this is a topic that me and Aharon talk about. And Malachi. Shaky. I know the brother.
You cutting out. You cutting out. You cutting out.
But look, what I'm saying is,
You good now? Go
you
ahead.
gotta constantly have your wisdom on. Like, think about it. Me and Aharon, we meditate about this constantly. You know, we get in there and we enjoy it. I still want to let me know if brothers can't hear me. Getting to the point, me and Aharon, we like anime. We like the animes where they fight and, you know, they got powers. They be having good characters, good character development. But one of the things they have with their powers, once you get to a certain level, you gotta always have your power on. It's a show like a Demon Slayer. You gotta have a certain. You gotta have your wit on constantly.
You cutting out again.
So when you moving in the spirit, you try to chase after the Most High God's heart.
See that, brothers? Try to
Yeah,
diss
bro.
Malachi and the Lord smite your microphone, man.
He said the Lord like that's crazy.
Now we can't. You cutting out hella bad though. I grew up.
Yeah, I'll explain what his point is. Whenever like if anybody watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll notice
Your
in
weight on.
Dragon Ball Z, you'll notice in the Lord done got rid of him. See that? The Lord done tossed him out of here. But the Lord said, "You got one more time, then you're through."
Oh shit!
What I miss?
Oh, that's funny, bro. You missed everything, bro. You cut out a lot.
Come on now.
I'm finna
Come
explain
on
what you
now.
was explaining though. If you watch Dragon
All
Ball
right,
Z,
cool.
you'll see that Goku and his son, they go Super Saiyan and they stay in Super Saiyan for a great while. The reason why is because that's how you become stronger in Super Saiyan mode. It's not as taxing as it used to be. It doesn't take as much stamina as it used to be. Even like resistance training, right? So you want to use wisdom and you want to apply, you want to keep wisdom. You're using wisdom. It's not a time in my day where I think, man, damn, let me just turn wisdom off. And I shut my wisdom off and I'm kind of just walking around here, damn susceptible to anything. No, you turn your wisdom on and you leave it on that you may become greater in wisdom. There's something like Naquan. I don't expect Naquan to turn his wisdom off. I've talked to him before, and the amount of spirit radiating off is insane because his wisdom is never turned off. He damn near gave me power when I talked to him because of how much his spirit is just turned on, how much wisdom is just on, how much fire is just radiating because he don't turn it off. You get used to
Wow.
turning your wisdom off, shit, you gonna keep it off at some point. Go ahead, King.
Hey, this is how you know, this is an example. This is how you know that your wisdom is off. Me and Aharon, we talk about this all the time amongst the brothers, amongst each other, predominantly the brothers that's in the camp. And I want to watch my vulgar, but this is how we describe it. All of the moments where you say F it, we call those the F it moments. And you have to do your best to eliminate the F it moments. The more times you saying, bro, F it, the more times you just not gonna use wisdom. You done already reached your cap. You already angry, you already upset, and you like, man, F it. That's a key moment. A key indicator, let's say that. That's a strong indicator and sign that you finna turn your wisdom off. Don't do it. Take yourself out of them situations. Don't tell yourself F it, because that's a good chance for you to start doing things without having wisdom next to you. You don't want to do that. We've already been there, done it. You got to eliminate the F it moments. Right? Brothers know what I'm talking about. Sisters know what I'm talking about.
That's a fact. Eliminate the effort moments. The more times you say effort, the more times you gonna mess up. Go try it. I want you to try it. Try it. See what it gets you.
Try it out. Test the theory.
Try it out. Yeah. Go ahead and see. Verse 16. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the day, my bad, for at the first, she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. I'm gonna let y'all handle it. I know y'all want to talk on it, so go ahead.
You heard me?
Yep.
So boom. It done been plenty of times. I'm gonna just say it plainly. Wisdom is gonna torture you. Wisdom is gonna put you through trials and situations to where you gonna be very scared. You just gonna be wondering. You just gonna be mad. You gonna be tested. That's what I'm gonna say. And you gotta remain faithful to the law, statutes, and commandments. You gotta remain faithful to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah through all of those trials and temptations. Because that's how you get the increase. When I come to think about all of the stuff that I done been through since coming into the truth, bro, I'm talking about I done been through a lot. And I ain't gonna just say that because there's brothers that been in the truth 10, it's elders and stuff. But to me, I done been through a lot. I've been through some crazy stuff. But when I look up now, I'm more than what I used to be. I'm better off for it. You know what I'm saying? I've grown for it. I've grown from those experiences. None of those things actually hurt me. The Lord never let none of those things take me out. The Lord never, you know what I'm saying? It's just a trial of your faith so that you can come out gold. As just read the Sirach chapter 2. These things are just for your test, man. Hey, wisdom is compared to a mighty stone. It's compared to a big rock that you got to carry, man. And it's either you gonna carry it and you're gonna deal with it, or you're gonna drop it and you're gonna forsake wisdom, right? But that's not on the table. You know what I'm saying? We'll never forsake wisdom. We'll never forsake the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We'll never forsake the ministry of Yahweh Shah. But that's what it's compared to in the metaphorical sense, man. It's like a heavy rock that you gotta carry. And you're either gonna get stronger or you're gonna put it down. It's up to you.
Hey, it's a lot. We could have made the whole lesson off of this. Something that immediately jumped to my mind though. Whenever you're dealing with wisdom, she gonna test you. She gonna try you. She gonna prove you. She gonna put you through test after test after test, and things are gonna be hard. Things are not gonna be easy. People think sometimes when they come into the truth, things are gonna be easier. Don't get me wrong, some things do get easier. But the Most High is demanding you to be perfect, so some things get harder. I'm going to read you a scripture, and I'll explain some of the things that you benefit from wisdom once you be tried, once she trusts you. You got to really build that relationship up, and it's good long suffering involved. But it increases your value dramatically. It increases your value. You want to be a valuable woman? You got to get wisdom. You got to increase your value. And I'm going to show you how you do it. It's by getting wisdom. You want to increase your value as a man, as a husband, as a father? You got to increase your value, not by just getting more money. You got to increase your value by wisdom. That's the real value. That's the currency that the Most High is paying brothers in. He will pay you via wisdom. He will. He really will. You can go read the parables over the brothers who got the talents. Now we know that them talents back in the day, they was really going into a currency of money, but you can utilize that scripture and get the understanding that the value was wisdom. Them brothers was faithful. The Lord blessed them with more, blessed them with cities. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Let's read the scripture. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 7. It says, and if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. So if a man loves righteousness, if a man loves wisdom, her labors, her payments is virtues. If you love wisdom, your payments is going to be virtues. What are some virtues? We hear all the time, patience is a virtue. You're going to be tested in that. You got to build up patience. That's a virtue. If that stat is at a 5, you got to get that thing up to 5,000. You gotta get your virtues up. This is how the Most High will judge a man. This is how the Most High will judge a woman. You gotta be virtuous. It tells women in the book of Proverbs, a virtuous woman is worth more than rubies. You gotta go on Google or something and start learning about virtues. That's wisdom. Wisdom is in everything. And she pay brothers in virtues, and you start coming up and you start building more character. You start having more depthness, more understanding. You're more wise, you're more prudent. Wisdom then taught you virtues. It says, for she teacheth temperance. Temperance is just self-control. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going back to. Self-control. Wisdom gonna teach you how to, you're not gonna have nothing beautiful in this life if you don't got no self-control. You can, but you're gonna lose it all. There's been plenty of men who gained inheritances, who gained possessions, who gained riches, but they lost it because they didn't have self-control, because they didn't learn the virtue of temperance, because they didn't have wisdom.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
To add up to that, this is a quote I heard. Anything worth having, you got to work hard for it, right? And it's a proverb in the Proverbs of Solomon. It speaks about an inheritance may be hastily gotten at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Saying you can get something nice, you can gain riches, You can gain it the fast way, but the end of it is not going to be blessed. Wisdom is our inheritance, right? And you're not going to just go get wisdom. It's not just going to happen for you that quick. You're going to have to go through some shit that's going to make you wise. You have to put in some work in order to get wisdom. And she going to try you because she ain't easy and she ain't going like that. She not no hustle, man.
She not no hustle. She not no. You can't work wisdom over and kind of make her your wife real quick. She not going. It's not going like that. You're not gonna get to her secret parts. You're not gonna get her flower. It's not gonna get like that. It ain't that kind of woman. She gonna make sure you straight. She gonna turn over all the stones and make sure you a good man. Then and only then will she kind of show you the secrets of wisdom. And you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. you're gonna find out. So let me finish this verse.
Yeah.
I know it's so much more I can say, but it says, and if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. For she, who is the she? It's wisdom. For she teacheth temperance, prudence. Prudence going to like looking well to your going. You know, being able to foresee something in the future and making the necessary adjustments. You see what I'm saying? Discernment. It says justice. Justice is that goes into judgment, knowing good from evil, being able to display sound judgments, being able to decide between right from wrong according to the Most High law, statutes, commandments. If someone is being mistreated, knowing how to bring justice to that, knowing how to bring solutions to that. This is what she brings. Knowing how to be fair. It says, and fortitude. Fortitude goes into having a strong mind, a mental toughness, if you will. A lot of our men, they weak-minded. They don't have mental toughness. A lot of our women, they weak-minded. They have a bad thought. Now the whole day is ruined because they had a bad thought. This is why it's so important to accept wisdom, to learn wisdom, and to let wisdom try you. You got to put yourself under her yokes, in her handcuffs, and let wisdom. You got to be bound by wisdom every day. Sometimes I do something and it's not a sin, but it was against wisdom. Wisdom everywhere I walk. I'm constantly utilizing wisdom. Malachi know what it's like when he around me. He do something small. I'm like, bro, why would you go about it that way? Why would you do that?
Hey, that's how wisdom works. And then look, the same way you be on me, when you do something that's against wisdom, say wisdom don't be in your ear tearing you up, bro.
Yeah, dude. It says, as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. The payment and the reward for wisdom, there's nothing more profitable that a man or a woman can have in their life. It's more value in wisdom, knowledge, understanding than having riches and wealth and gold and abundance. Wisdom is something that it's not easily attainable. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It hit different. It's a deep well, man, but it's beautiful. Aharon, man, get in there.
Yes, sir, man. Like like I was explaining, man. It's wisdom, man. That's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna try you. It's gonna be times where you're gonna go through these trials, and wisdom gonna see if you was listening to her. It's gonna see. Ah, damn. Wisdom, like I kind of told you this already, but you know, let's see if you want to do it your way or my way. And you kind of trying to do it your way for a great while, a great season, and nothing's getting better. Wisdom kind of got to reiterate it to you. Look, remember I told you this way. You like, and you figure it out, and then things get better. You got to listen to it, man. The scriptures say fear, fear is nothing but the denying of help that wisdom brings. You don't want to be denying the help wisdom brings, bro. You don't want to be that guy. Me and my heart got a saying like, whenever we, whenever we would, if I do something stupid, right? Because I do a lot of stuff that's stupid, but I do it on purpose though. There's a difference. A lot of niggas do stuff that's stupid, and they genuinely like they do it because they thought it was it. I do something stupid on purpose, right? It's one of my things. It's pretty funny. And I look at my heart, I'm like, hey, wisdom was in my ear talking to me, Aki. He like, nigga, wisdom wasn't talking to you. That was madness. That was folly. Nah, brother. It sounded a lot like wisdom, brother. I thought it was wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a thing, right? You obviously wisdom don't talk to me in a voice or nothing. And she come down and she kind of supping with me, and it's not how it works, right? It's discretion and attention to detail. But even still, you want to listen to that wisdom. You want to do what wisdom say. Don't be leaning towards folly and madness. Even though stuff may look down, wisdom will put you in a position where everything looks grievous, everything looks down, it looks gloomy, and it looks dark. It may look dark, but you can't give up. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom gonna put you in that pocket, and you just gotta deal for a little bit, and you're gonna come out the greater. The same way we got a physical representation of that with Joseph being thrown in prison. Joseph was a righteous man, but he was thrown in prison, man. Then he came out what? He came out righteous. He came out glorified, the second in all of Egypt. He got thrown in there. Why? Because he was listening to wisdom. Wisdom told his ass, hey, do not sleep with this woman. Joseph was like, yeah, I'm going to listen to wisdom on this one. And he got thrown into prison though. But wisdom took care of him at the end. That's what the next verse says. Sirach 4 and 8. Then she will return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. So wisdom gonna ultimately take care of you, man. If you continue in it, if you continue to walk thereby, right? Shalom, Officer Thahuam. Verse 19. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. Meaning she's gonna give you up to whatever you wanted to do. You and brothers hear me?
Yeah, you had cut out.
Yeah. I got a phone call. It was a big shock. But you're going to wisdom will give you up to your own desires and your own lust and your own merits. If you continue to go against wisdom, she's gonna forsake you, man. Right? Verse 20. Observe the opportunity to beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. That's a deep scripture right there. Let me read that again. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. I need to meditate some more on that one. I got an idea what that's going into, but I need to meditate. That's some steak. You know what I'm saying? You kind of cut that one up and you take a bite of that and you're like, damn, this is bomb. But can I digest this? That's what that was. I'm gonna leave that bad boy alone for right now. Verse 21. It says, for there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. So some people get shamed, and that brings sin. Well, we see it now with a lot of this sexuality stuff with the women. Don't be ashamed of your body. Don't be da da da. A lot of these women got shamed, and they bought in. They bought into it. After I might as well do it. But then there's this shame with a woman that's using wisdom. She may have got shamed by her father one time, and we need to bring shame back. We need to bring shame back more on the forefront. 2024 or 2025, let's bring shame back. Cause she'll get shamed and she'll be like, damn, I need to change my ways. I just dishonored my family. I just dishonored my father in his name. I dishonored my own self. I didn't have no morals about myself. That's the shame that bringeth glory and grace. A lot of these women don't get shamed or don't get shamed at all. And they end up shameless.
Con,
And it's like, oh, that's just madness. Go ahead, King. You got something.
con. It says there is a shame that bringeth forth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. I mean, you got to read the book of Sirach. I want to say the 25th chapter is going into being shamefaced and being shameless. A shameless woman, it tells you in the book, actually in the book of Sirach 26, if I'm not mistaken, a shameless woman shall be counted as what? As a dog. And that kind of shame brings forth sin. A shameless woman brings forth sin. But a shamefaced woman, a woman who is modest, she's dainty, she's quiet spoken, she not clamoring, she not loud mouth, she not talking out the side of her neck. That kind of shame, being shamefaced, it brings forth glory, grace, honor, love, respect. So I encourage even the brothers. I encourage the brothers and the sisters to go get more understanding on being shameless and being shamefaced, because that's a good virtue for men and women to have. You want to cover your shame. You want to be shamefaced. You know what I'm saying? That's a mighty spirit to have, to be shamefaced. And I got to touch on that one more time. Being shameless, you don't care what nobody think. You don't care how you make yourself look in public. You don't care about your family's honor. You don't care about how you make your father look. You don't care about the name that your family has created for themselves. You're just shameless. That is not a good spirit to have. It's a certain balance to this, of course. There's a balance to everything, so don't get me wrong. But there is an understanding where you should care about what people think. Why? Because you want to have a good name. We had well-respected families and households in our nation. You know what I'm saying? You come from the sons of Aaron. You one of the sons of Aaron, and you moving around like that. The house of David. You moving around like that. No, those are well-respected households, and but this is why it's so important not to have that shameless spirit on you. You can disgrace and bring ill unto your family name. A wicked woman or a whorish woman, she can dishonor her husband and bring dishonor and disgrace to her whole household. About a bad child, a wicked badass child, he can dishonor his family. Go ahead, King.
I was about to say that whorish woman. A lot of times they don't think about this. It affects their husband. He got to deal with that shame. Their father got to deal with that shame. Any children they have got to deal with that shame. We in the OnlyFans era, bro. Like, that's a lot of kids that's they real life gonna have to grow up, and they mama somewhere out here popping it on OnlyFans, man. And they got to deal with it, man. It's not good, bro.
Got to deal with it.
I can't even make a joke about that. That's so deep. Like, you around your peers in 6th, 7th grade, and they just kind of pull up your mama and she on there going crazy. That's pain. That's not good, bro.
Hey, do you think you think that kid gonna want to respect his mother, reverence his mother, honor his mother?
Hell no. That nigga is gonna have a hard time respecting women, man. He ain't gonna. It's gonna be
Hey,
hard for him to bounce back.
He gonna
hey,
resent.
Yeah,
that's the kind of nigga that grow up to beat women. That's gonna be the nigga that grow up and he's slapping
It can
women
easily
around.
turn into that.
Oh yeah,
easy.
there's no respect. If he don't respect his mama, he not gonna respect no other woman. If there's no respect, there ain't no fear. Man, it ain't no shame to raise his hand up against a woman. That's easy. What?
See that?
No. But
It's gonna be hard to get his mind back. Like that internal
Yeah.
anger that's gonna accumulate from that experience. It's gonna be hard for him to get his mind back.
But a child would really need thorough counseling after going through something like that.
yep,
No, ain't nobody giving no. And a lot of times, bro, our people ain't getting the counseling they need, mentorship, get them back on the right track. A lot of times we going without that, and a lot of times it turned into trauma. Trauma affects your future behaviors, your thought process. You gonna look. He probably. It's gonna get so confusing. It's gonna be a crack pot full of demons. He not even gonna know where it started. But whenever he get older, Lord willing, he gain understanding. He start peeling back them Lakers, and he realized, oh, this all started because my mama was she was a whore.
Hey, also
That's a nah.
a lot of times, bro, women who choose the route of being promiscuous, a lot of times they was traumatized sexually as a child, bro. And you know what I'm saying? A shameless nigga did that to them, and he didn't consider that he was gonna destroy that young girl. Like, it's like, yeah, we definitely need to change.
yeah.
Hey,
Script,
it's just so like go ahead.
I was just gonna say the
Hey,
scriptures describe rape and molestation as murder. That's the same.
bro,
You just murdered this little girl's spirit.
it'll blow your mind
Go
how
ahead.
many of our Israelite women done been through that, bro. It's a high percentage.
It's
Yeah.
like this just to bring it back into the conversation. This is what makes wisdom so powerful and strong. Wisdom is able to break down curses, generational. When I say curses, I'm not talking about necessarily Deuteronomy 28, but things that plague our households and generations of people. It plagues our people. It plagues us for generations. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily Deuteronomy 28, but we go through things like that. Wisdom is the only thing that's able to compete with spirits like that plagues our households time and time and time and time again. But a woman learning wisdom, instead of her being shameless, she starts being shamefaced. And just that act of wisdom, walking in that spirit, utilizing wisdom, she could prevent all of these things with something like that. That's how powerful wisdom is. That's how powerful she is.
Hey, that's even Salakia, for interrupting. That's even she can even turn around her name. You know what I'm saying? She can be born again, right? And Yahweh Shah, man. All those things can be done away with, man. She can go out and her name can be, that's sis, man. You know what I'm saying? She got her act together. You know what I'm saying? And we made it to the kingdom. You dig what I'm saying? She can clean away all of that reproach, man. Yahweh Shah can, but you gotta use wisdom. You gotta follow after the Most High. The only way you can bounce back from a past like
Hey, that's a fact. But unfortunately, Aki, I'm coming up to my location where I cannot use my phone. So we're gonna have to end the live, man. I know, bro. I need to get like 2 phones so I can be live and do my actual job. But nonetheless, this was still a great lesson. A lot of edification in it, a lot of wisdom in it, a lot of things people can use on a day-to-day basis in it, right? So, so being said that, like I said, it's still good that the lesson got done. I was gonna do the lesson tomorrow, brothers was like, let's do it today. All praises for that, because it was definitely necessary. Like Mahar said, the lesson helped him out. The lesson also helped me out, right? Y'all will all always say it. Whenever I teach y'all, I teach myself. And that's a fact. Because wisdom come down and actually start supping with everybody. You give a little here, you give a little there, even the teachers. You know what I'm saying? So all praise to that. You brothers got anything before I close out?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right, but all praises. And with that, we want to give all praises to the Most High God Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, and Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.